All right, let's talk about a piece of technology that pretty much every hiring team uses, but let's be honest, very few actually love. The applicant tracking system, or ATS. We're going to get right into it, because figuring out why the old tools are failing is really the only way to build a hiring process that actually works and finds the people you really want to hire.
I mean, come on, who hasn't felt this? You spend hours, maybe even days, getting your resume just right. You write that perfect, thoughtful cover letter, you hit submit, and then crickets. Just total silence. It's this super common and incredibly frustrating experience.
Well, that feeling, it has a name. It's the ATS black hole. It is exactly where good, qualified applications go to just disappear. And it's happening because of the seriously outdated technology that so many companies are still leaning on to manage their hiring.
So what's the actual problem here? Well, the core issue is that most applicant tracking systems were designed for a completely different world. You have to remember, their original job was super simple. Just turn a paper pile into a digital one. But as we all know, the world of recruiting has changed, like completely.
I mean, just look at this. The difference between hiring then and hiring now is night and day. We've gone from a stack of paper on a desk to this massive, overwhelming flood of digital applications. We've gone from hiring for simple, local jobs to finding really complex, global talent. And maybe the biggest shift of all, the power has flipped. It used to be an employer's market. Now it is absolutely a candidate's market, which means their experience is everything. The old tech just wasn't built for this reality. So how exactly are these traditional applicant tracking systems broken? You know, when we really dig in, we find they fail recruitment teams in three very specific and honestly, very damaging ways. First up is that black hole effect we just talked about. For the person applying, it feels like they're just shouting into the void. And for the recruiter, that queue of applicants just gets completely out of hand fast. The tech isn't helping anyone. It's just putting up a wall and creating a really bad first impression of your company.
Second, and this is a huge one, is something called false precision filtering. This is where the system uses these rigid, unforgiving keywords to screen people out. So if your filter demands exactly 5 years of experience, a brilliant candidate with 4.5 is gone, instantly rejected. Even worse, it weeds out incredible people with transferable skills. Think about a logistics expert from the military applying for an operations role. The ATS sees a mismatch, but a person sees priceless experience. So here's the bottom line. Your technology isn't finding you better candidates, it's finding you candidates who are better at gaming your ATS.
And the third major failure is data without any real insight. Sure, your ATS might be able to tell you how many applications you got last month, but can it tell you why your best candidates keep dropping out right after the second interview? Or can it pinpoint the exact spot where your hiring pipeline is leaking talent? For most of these old systems, the data's in there somewhere, but there's no actionable insight to be found.
And if you're wondering just how bad this is, check this out. 60%. 60% of candidates say they've had a poor experience with an ATS in the last year. That's a huge majority of your potential hires walking away with a bad taste in their mouth, all because of outdated tech.
Okay, so that's the problem. Enough doom and gloom. Let's talk about the solution. What really separates a basic, functional ATS from one that can actually transform your hiring? What should you expect from modern recruitment tech? Okay, the single biggest leap forward is moving from simple keyword searching to AI-powered candidate matching. And here's the fundamental difference. A keyword search just gives you a smaller pile of resumes to look at. AI matching, on the other hand, actually analyzes skills, it looks at experience patterns and career paths to give you a trusted shortlist of the most qualified people. It gets the context, right? It knows that PMP certified and Scrum Master are related to project management, even if those exact words aren't in the resume.
This line really gets to the heart of it. Automation without insight is just faster busy work. The goal of a modern ATS isn't just to do admin tasks faster. The real goal is to bring the information to the surface that lets recruiters and hiring managers make smarter, better decisions. And beyond that AI matching, modern systems need a few other core things. You need pay transparency built right into the workflow. You need analytics that actually diagnose problems in your pipeline. You need communication that's automated but doesn't sound like a robot wrote it. And you absolutely need a global hiring infrastructure that's a core feature, not some clumsy add-on.
Now listen up, because this might be the most important part of this entire explainer. You can have the best, shiniest technology in the world, but a tool cannot fix a broken process. Your strategy always has to come first. Here's the uncomfortable truth.
Technology cannot fix a hiring strategy that doesn't exist. If you don't really know what a great candidate looks like for a role, AI can't find them for you. If your interview process is a mess, no software is going to clean it up. Your ATS is there to support a great hiring process, not to be a replacement for one.
So, before you even start looking at new tools, your team needs to sit down and answer these 3 questions, and you have to be honest. 1. Where does our current process break down? 2. What decisions are we just guessing on because we don't have the data? And 3. What does our candidate experience actually feel like from their side? The answers to these questions will give you a perfect roadmap for what you need from your tech.
All right, let's wrap this all up by setting the new standard. What should every single hiring team now demand from their recruitment technology? What is the new baseline?
Let's be crystal clear about what's at stake here. This is not just some admin tool. The ATS you choose is the fundamental infrastructure your entire hiring process runs on. It directly and powerfully shapes the quality and the kinds of people you are able to hire.
And because of that, these features we've been talking about, they're not nice-to-haves anymore. They are the new baseline. AI-powered matching, pay transparency, analytics that actually tell you something useful, and seamless global workflows, these are the absolute minimum requirements for any modern ATS.
So, I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Take a hard look at the technology you're using right now. Is it a barrier or is it an engine? Does your applicant tracking system actually help you make the hires you truly want to make?